Welcome to our YouTube channel, Mama Chow Spicy Wonton special in-person edition, episode 26. And this one, we are going to go back in time, sticking with Zhou Shanpei's era and talking about his wife, which is Mama Chow's grandmother, Grandma Ma, and her story. We talked about her earlier, I think the first episode about her foot binding and how she was released from the binding, but we're going to talk a little bit more about her story in this episode.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. We have talked about I was grew up in big family with three generations living together. Two grandma. My grandma was the second one, the number two. And from what I remember, the two grandma lived together, never quarrel, never argue, very polite to each other.
Well, two grandmother is a little confusing. We're talking about two grandmothers in this sense, meaning concubine. So back in the days,
My grandma number two. Yeah.
the grandmother, grandfather, Zhou Shanpei, we talked about the historical figure. He had two wives. And so China had this history before communism where it was very common to have, they call it concubines. It's not polygamy because that's illegal. They do not allow marriage, to more than one woman, but they did allow concubines for more than one woman to live in the same household with the head of household, the man. And usually it's the man is wealthier or has some kind of important
Status.
status.
Yeah.
They would have more than one concubine. So her grandmother, direct blood relation grandmother, is the technically second concubine or wife, you could
Yes.
say. Not legally wife, but second. Yeah.
She gave birth of 14 kids, but only 8 survive, including 3 girls and 5 boys, which my father was the eldest number one boy, but not the number one the kid. Before my father, there's 2 aunts older than him, and 4 uncle and 1 aunt younger than him. There's
Hmm.
only eight of them. And I also remember my grandma is such a generous person. He always show her generous side, the kind side, toward those less
Fortunate.
fortunate people. Even on the street, she would give them money. Not talking about take me and my sister shopping and eating, because we are the only 2 grandkids living with our grandparents. So whenever we go out, she always everything we want to buy, anything, eat and a snack, books. Sometimes the books, 连环图 with picture,
Hmm.
what do you call
Picture
it? Comic,
books, they call it.
picture,
Or comic books or
comic
picture.
books. Yeah, we buy twice. We don't even know. We pick them up again. Then, but after she comes home, she has to not report. She has to tell my mom, which is daughter-in-law of my grandfather, and write down
She's the accountant.
home accountant.
Yeah.
She writes down my mom writes down what to spend. All the household spending money through my grandma, but she comes home to report to the
For bookkeeping.
recording,
Yeah.
what to spend. And by the end of the month, my grandpa will know how much he spent for the family. It's a big family, right? So I just heard him say very often, always tell my mom, he said, you always spend so much money. I'm not a rich man. I'm just a intellectual. I read a lot, but I
Hmm.
have no money. Don't spend like that. And my grandmother just doesn't care.
She shrugged it. She kind of ignored it,
Yeah,
right? Shrug
yeah.
it off, ignore it.
Sometimes my mom said my grandmother will give her the number. She reported twice. And my mom said, Mom, how can you recorded twice. And I don't care. That's how much I spent. But anyway, she she was so generous is one of her character. And also she is so diligent and capable. Sh- What do I mean by capable or diligent? Although we have a chef, we have a housekeeper, we have a maid, or so many servant, right? She work whole day, nonstop. She go to kitchen to cook, show the chef,
Supervise the
supervise
cooking.
for the chef. She knits, she sews, and the thing I remember most is she made the homemade
Shoes.
kung fu shoes. Made by fabric, cater for 4 season, summer, winter. Winter is very thick with feeling, right? And of course, she's not doing it by herself. With all the maid, with the helper.
Yeah.
The bottom, the sole, you have to put every single piece of the
Yeah.
fabric, and you have to use hand to stitch them together. So if I want a pair of shoes, yeah, those shoes,
Okay.
I will
I'm
tell my
gonna look it
grandma,
up.
I need one. But you know how many shoes to make? Starting from my grandpa and all the way down for all her kids, grandchildren. One of my aunt has 11 kids. So when I tell my grandma, I need a pair of 布鞋, and she said, okay, she will write down, you are number one, number one number. You
You
have
have
to
to
wait.
wait in line. Yeah.
And sometimes until I got my
This is an
shoes,
example of those kung fu shoes. They're
yes,
made of cloth, basically. Yeah. So she would hand make those shoes.
everything handmade. Until I got my shoes are too small. I wait for too long, right?
Yeah.
That's how busy she will be. She cooks beautiful Sichuan dishes. I feel so sorry that I was so young. I did not learn much from her. We can still make some very typical Chow families dishes, very special dishes. I still remember that,
What kind of dish is that?
by um, honey green vegetable, 芥菜.
Okay.
Is marinated 芥菜. And another one I remember when my mom when my mother still healthy, during Chinese New Year, we also made. They're called 8 delicious vegetable.
Oh, okay.
All vegetable for vegetarian. It needs lots of shredding, cutting. I can still make like 2 or 3 her dishes. And I remember the last time when my grandfather went to uh, Huadong Yiyuan in Shanghai for minister and hire people to go.
The hospital.
The hospital, Huadong. He was in the hospital for quite a long time because of his cancer. And they gave my grandma special permission so she can cook in the hospital's kitchen for my grandfather. He doesn't like the hospital food.
Yeah.
So that
Nobody likes hospital food.
yeah, so my grandfather was lucky enough get a special chef to work in the kitchen. And
And she was short, right? She was like 4 feet something. She was very
yeah,
short.
she was shorter than 5 feet.
Shorter than five
Yeah.
feet.
But
Yeah.
she had
Big
half-
personality.
big personality. She had the half released bonded feet
Yeah.
after she married to my grandpa. So her feet cannot be correct. They're like very crooked. But she's like still walk, and she can even on the mountain.
Climb or
Climb,
walk the mountain.
yeah,
Yeah.
on the mountain.
On a slope.
Yeah, anyway, she's very hardworking, and a lot of time I was trying to find my clothes, my shoes, it's all disappeared. She gave away without telling us. She said, between you and your sister, how many clothes do you need to wear? She just give away. So you don't need it. Maybe we don't, but she's very generous. It's just so that's how.
And then you had another story about her generous spirit, which was going back, right? From Hong Kong back to
Yes.
mainland.
Okay. When she came out from China,
That was 1950 something,
no, 1961,
1961.
she made a blanket,
Mm-hmm.
in a homemade blanket. Inside the blanket, she just spread the very little jewelry stone,
Gemstones.
gemstone.
Yeah.
So in the future, she can make some little earring, but she cannot bring out the big one. Then she brought the small one. Instead, after she stayed in Hong Kong, going back to China to visit, because I have aunts there and all my cousins,
They didn't escape at
they
that
did
time.
not, they
Okay.
stay in
This is
Shanghai.
from the first wife,
No, 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 no,
concubine. Oh, other
no,
ones.
no, other, my other
Oh, your other one. Okay.
cousins.
Yeah.
So when she go back, I have to help her to put on a dozen socks, a
Hmm.
dozen pair of socks, and a lot of clothes put with her
Yeah.
to wear inside. By early 60, those pair of socks and clothes are so precious. You cannot get anywhere. So she tried to bring as much as she can.
Because you
Wear big
couldn't buy
shoes.
it in China, you're
No.
saying. So
Yeah.
she would wear it on her own body to kind of smuggle it
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Because by then, if you buy clothes, you have to pay with ration the fabric ticket.
Mm.
But not, everybody need more.
Hmm.
So that's how precious it is.
I
Nice.
think that's about,
Yeah. Uh, how about time-wise? Can we?
we're almost at time. Were we talking about the ship thing?
Yeah,
But
maybe in future.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that was just a quick story about
Yeah.
your lovely
She
grandma Ma.
she passed away in 1968.
How old was she?
Uh, 76, I
That's
think.
pretty, that's a healthy age at
Yeah,
that age.
76.
Yeah.
She had a heart issue.
Mm.
Yeah, she had a heart attack.
Okay. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week. Bye.